So typically when you're doing any kind of drawings, the correct place to put the label is underneath the drawing.
Well, so this is.
It gets confusing if you sometimes put them on the top and sometimes underneath. So pretty much standard on any set of drawings is that the labels are underneath the object. This is the correct way to write the scale. So under this one, which was the first exercise, would be scale 1 inch equals 1 foot. The next one, I believe the scale is 1/8 of an inch equals a foot. So we're going back and forth between the architectural scale and the engineering scale, just so everybody has this pattern, and then they won't have any confusions, because people will give you drawings all the time, and sometimes they won't tell you what scale they are, so you have to figure it out. So, does anyone want to learn a shortcut?
Yes.
Okay, Julie. Jewel, I'll show you a shortcut. Once you start drawing this, coming in 6 inches to draw the inside, so this is as if you were looking at a building in plan. Because I was just telling over on that side that, you know, as a landscape designer, you're going to be drawing lots of plants, but there's almost always a building on the property. So learning how to do the building properly is like step 1, and it's much easier to use a triangle than it is to like do all these circles once in a while to scale. So a trick on doing the 6 inches is, just like mitering a mat on a frame, once you draw your 6 inches, measure it off 1 time. The rest of the time, you can just use the 45-degree triangle, because you've measured this. Let's say let's start from scratch. You've got this. You measured 6 inches over, right? So that's 6 inches. So you draw this first line at 6 inches. Then do you have to measure this one? No, you don't, because all your angles are right angles. And if you put this one in, where this crosses it is now 6 inches. You take this across. I'm putting this on my parallel bar, of course. I don't have one up here. You go through this line, you draw it again, and now you got this one. This keeps you from having a drawing that looks like this. You measure this one, and you sort of measure this one, and then you sort of measure this one, and none of them are the same. If you do this, they're guaranteed they're all the same, plus you only have to measure once. Well, this was a terrible drawing. But it only works with the 45. This is like Algebra 101, which was never my specialty, but once somebody showed me that, and it, I'll tell you when you had to learn it. We had to do a French door in drafting school that had, I think it had 16 little windows. You know how they go like this? And we had to do the mullions and the muntins and the mullions on all of these. Oh my goodness. If you didn't use this trick, it looked terrible. So, anyway. Did I steal somebody's pencil? Ivy, is this yours?